what I want to talk about, let me turn my music down for a minute. I want to talk about chivalry. I put out a tweet the other day and a tweet on a message on Facebook. I give out rules of the game. And for those who don't have my Facebook and my Twitter page, you can add me on Twitter at twitter.com/Tariq Nasheed. All right? Twitter.com/Tariq Nasheed. Add me on Twitter right now. And everybody, you all should have my Facebook page. Facebook.com/Tariq Elite. TARIQ ELITE. Tariq Elite. All right. So usually every couple of days I spit game on there. I drop some rules and I drop tips and all that good stuff. And there was a big discussion over some stuff that I was talking about as far as chivalry. The whole concept of chivalry is very vague now, and the whole concept is really put into question. A lot of people want to know, is chivalry dead? The concept of chivalry, is that dead now? Is that dead because of feminism? Is that dead because of the independent woman phenomenon? I think chivalry is just not the business anymore. I put out a rule saying that I do not open car doors for women. And I don't say that to be mean, but I do not, me, Tariq Elite Nasheed, I don't open car doors for women. And I put that message up on Twitter and Facebook, and a lot of women were like, oh, I like a man to open car doors, and all the fellas were like, fuck that. Some fellas like, I like opening car doors. So me personally, I do not open car doors for women. I'm a different type of dude, and I've never done that. I've never been the kind of dude that would open car doors for women, and I don't do that to be rude. I don't not do that to be rude, because I'm very polite. Now, you can be very polite without being chivalrous. Chivalry, to me, basically means campaigning for sexual gratification, and that's the reason why a lot of guys in this day and age are chivalrous. I was watching a television show the other day. They had a marathon on the Bravo network, the Millionaire Matchmaker. And they would have these guys set up with these women, these guys who are supposed to be millionaires, which a lot of them aren't really millionaires, but they set these guys up with different women. And they had one dude, he went out with a girl, very cute girl, beautiful woman. It was a brother. He went out with the young lady. And the thing is, he kept fucking up because he kept complimenting the woman. He was just brown nosed and just being too accommodating every 5 seconds. Oh, you're so beautiful. God, you're so beautiful. I mean, really, you are beautiful. And the woman was like, he kept, when she went back to tell the matchmaker what happened, she was like, well, the guy was nice, but he just kept complimenting me. And it was kind of a turnoff. See, a lot of women don't say that to your face, fellas, but a lot of women are turned off by dudes being too chivalrous, giving them compliments and just being too accommodating all the time. That turns women off to you. And there was another segment on the Millionaire Matchmaker. They had this other brother, and he had a little player shit about it. He was like, I'm not really trying to open doors and just, roll out the red carpet. And what they wanted to do was take him to some kind of etiquette class. And they took him to this woman who was about 60, 70 years old. And the brother made a very good point. He was like, well, this lady is from like old school, and back in her day, chivalry and etiquette and all that on a date, that was legitimate because women back then appreciated that and they deserved that, which was absolutely true. But this day and age, it's a whole different generation of women. Well, that shit don't really work no more, unfortunately. See, the thing is, a lot of women talk about how some men are rude these days and men don't know how to treat women. The thing is, men don't want to mistreat women. Men don't want to mistreat you, ladies. The thing is, a lot of women won't even appreciate a dude unless he's on some mistreating type shit. A lot of women don't really respect a dude who's trying to be accommodating and chivalrous, because women will not date a dude for being too nice. How many times have you heard that? Right? Come on, ladies, let's talk turkey. Women always accuse me for being angry and bitter and all that bullshit. I'm not. I'm chilling. I'm up here bumping my shit. No anger. I'm just chopping up game. I am chilling. Just having some real spit, as the players say. But the thing is, a lot of women just don't appreciate a dude who's accommodating and nice. So a lot of guys, they don't play the nice guy role like a lot of women expect them to, because they know that they won't get respect doing that. Now, I won't say a lot of guys, certain guys, the kind of guys that women want to date, because there are a lot of simps out there that will roll out the red carpet, but I will get on that in a minute. But the thing is, a lot of women will sit up and say, yeah, you know, I really want a guy who's a gentleman. I want a guy who's chivalrous. I want a guy who knows how to treat a lady. Bullshit. Ladies, come on. That's a bunch of bullshit. You cannot treat people, women these days, with a chivalrous disposition, because they will look at that as a sign of weakness. Unfortunately, that's a sad reality of the game right now. They will look at that as a sign of weakness. So this is why a lot of guys are somewhat asshole-ish when they go out with women, or this is why certain guys are rude to a certain degree. Now, I don't agree with guys being rude. You don't have to be rude to anybody. I believe in being polite to people. You know, I believe in just having a generally nice disposition to anybody when you deal with them. But the thing is, polite, let's not get that twisted with being chivalrous, because you don't have to be chivalrous to be polite. Like if I'm in a building and I'm walking out the door, I'll let somebody out before me, but that's men, women, old, young. That's just common courtesy. But as far as me making an effort to try to crack open that car door, nah, I'm not going there. Because the thing is, man, like I said, the whole concept of chivalry is an old school concept. And the thing is, a lot of people started that concept of opening doors and physically accommodating women is because in ancient times, men understood that they were physically stronger than women, so they would have to physically assist women in certain things. If women wanted to bring food and tools in the home, men would have to help them. They're like, hey, you don't have to lift that bucket of water, I'll lift it up for you. But hey, you don't have to move that boulder, I'll move that boulder for you. You don't have to push open that big locked door, I'll push it open for you. So it was that type of vibe. So it was just a general respect thing, because men knew that they were physically stronger, so they were just giving women the benefit of the doubt. It was just a general gesture of respect. That's all it was. Then it transferred into some other stuff, like where women expected men to roll out the red carpet, but these women weren't really bringing anything to the table, and these women weren't really carrying themselves in a manner that would warrant that type of respect. You see, it's all tit for tat. It's all tit for tat. See, a lot of women back in the day, they would earn that. Men wouldn't mind helping women because they knew that these women had manners. They knew that these women knew how to conduct themselves. And even today, if a man is dealing with a woman who knows how to conduct herself, or a generation of women who knew how to conduct themselves, we would have no problem being somewhat chivalrous, being accommodating to a certain degree. But we know these type of females now are very spoiled. A lot of these women have this privileged attitude, like you're supposed to do it just because, and it just doesn't work like that. And that's not being rude. I mean, let's just keep it real. I had a girl one time, man. I went out years ago. We went to the movies, and went over to my car, chirped the door, because I'm a door chirping motherfucker. I don't go open the door, but I will chirp that lock for your ass. And she was looking at me like, you're not going to open the door? I'm like, hell to the no, I'm not opening the door. Get your ass in the car. And that's my new motto for 2010. You know, I have a lot of mottos. One of my mottos is I'm going in for 2010, but that's my other motto, man. And I want you to use that motto too. My new motto for 2010 is get your ass in the car. Not opening no door. Get your ass in the car. And this young lady, I said, look, get in the car. I'm not opening no door. No, I'm not opening no door. Now, fast forward years later, I saw this bar in a porno movie. Double dick clutching dicks. I saw her ass in a porno movie. So, because I already knew her mentality, so I wasn't about to roll out the red carpet for a woman that, was a double dick clutcher, she was a double dick clutcher then. I sense that. So that's my thing, man. Women will sit up and say they want a dude who's accommodating. They want a dude who can treat them like a lady, like I said. But women don't like that. Women don't respect that, fellas. That's a sad reality, but a lot of women simply don't respect it. They'll look at that as a sign of weakness when a guy is too accommodating, when you're going out of your way to try to show them how much of a gentleman you are, because deep down women know that a gentleman is a dude who just wants to hit that ass, because a guy stops being a gentleman after about the third time he hits that ass. Women know this. Come on, women, let's keep it 100. I'm talking to my ladies. I'm talking directly to my ladies. Think about all the guys who were gentlemen that you knew. After about the third time he tapped your ass, all that gentleman stuff went out the window, didn't it? So the thing is, women know the game. Women know the deal. So I just let them know I'm not going to do all that just to hit, because that's not the most important thing. You're cool. I'm cool. We feeling each other. I'm not going to make no extra effort to show that I'm interested. I'm interested, so just chill and just let the shit be. I have that kind of mentality when I deal with women. But the thing is, women like to say stuff like, well, I want a man who's a gentleman, because women, they don't like simps. They might not necessarily like a simp, but the thing is, some women might need a simp later on down the line. Women like to know that she has a simp in her back pocket. Women like to know that they have a simp-ass dude who they can control and use at their discretion at any given moment. You dig what I'm saying? Women need simps. Just like a dude needs a slut. You might not like a slut, fellas, but when you're going through a drought, you need a slut to get your freak off. So when you get with a slut, you sit up and tell the slut what you think she wants to hear. You pretend to like her. Guys love to pretend to like sluts. But the thing is, guys aren't that good at being fake. Like, guys will go out and meet women, and guys will be like, hey, girl, you are so beautiful. You are the most beautiful girl in this club. You look great. You are absolutely gorgeous. And the minute the woman says something that he doesn't like, he'll switch it up right then and there. Girl, you are so beautiful. What? I can't get your number? Well, fuck you then. You ain't even that cute. You're ugly. Guys will just keep that shit 100. They'll switch that shit up. Guys are just not that good at being bullshitters. But women hold on to it. Women like to stick to that. Oh, I like a nice guy. There's nothing wrong with the guy being a gentleman. Now, when women get around each other, they switch it up. They're like, oh, girl, this dude was just kissing my ass all night. He was opening up doors. He's just so soft and whack. Let me call this nigga who's getting out of jail. You talk about the real shit with your homegirls, but then you get around us and saying, oh, I want a guy who's sweet, opening up the doors. Y'all don't want that, man. And this is a new day and age. You can't be too nice to these women right now. Unfortunately, these women, man, they'll see you as weak. They end up setting you up or something. That's just the fact of reality. But the thing is, like I said, man, I know for a fact that whatever women say, they don't like these simp-ass dudes. You know why I know they don't like them? Because there are more simps than there are players. There are way more simps than there are players right now. And the thing is, women aren't really dating these simps like that. They'll sit up and say they want a dude who's rolling out the red carpet, a guy who's nice, and guys who are gentlemen. There are a million guys out there like that. But these women will not date them seriously. They'll just hold on to them for some trick shit like, hey, I need somebody to help me move my furniture, or I need somebody to help me with a bill, so they'll call the gentleman simps. But women are not really getting into serious relationships with these dudes. Trust me, they're more simps than players. You feel me? The simps have taken over the building, man. It's a simp culture out here with these dudes, man. It is not a joke out here, man. The simps have outnumbered the players. So these women, if they were so serious about having a guy who had so much manners and so much respect and who was so nice to women, why aren't you getting with these simp-ass dudes? Why don't you hang out some of these strip clubs? You see these guys are just throwing money to strippers, and I mean, these guys are clearly ready to trick and roll out the red carpet. So ladies, why aren't you dating all of these simp ass chivalry gentleman dudes? Huh? Since that's what you like so much. Because deep down, ladies, you know you don't like that shit. You like a dude with a little attitude. You like a dude with an edge. You like a dude who's confident enough to not go out of his way to try to impress you. That's what you like, ladies. And fellas, that's what you have to be. Stop going out of your way to impress these women. Stop running over to her side of the car every time she's standing by the door. What's the motto for 2010? Get your ass in this car. It's all about respect and being on an equal level. It's not about disrespect. It's not about being rude. It's not about being impolite. But lady, get your ass in this car. When women start trying to pressure you and punk you out and make you be a gentleman, I hate when women start saying, well, I like a dude who's a gentleman. I like a dude who's, I like a dude who's thoughtful. Get your ass in this car. Just cut all that off, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to roll the red carpet out. When they start talking that I want a man who's a gentleman, they just want you to roll out the red carpet. When they start saying, well, I want a nice guy, I want a guy to treat me nice, I want a guy to treat me so, get your ass in this car. I want a man who's sensitive. Get your ass in this car. I need somebody to help me out with the bills. Get your ass in this car. I need somebody to wine and dine me. Get your ass in this car. Do you feel me, fellas? That's the new motto. Stop rolling out the red carpet. Stop trying to play the gentleman role. That shit is not working. Think about it, fellas. How many times has that gentleman role worked for you? Really? It rarely works. You got to be a man with calm confidence. You got to have a calm sense of self. You got to know yourself. You got to be real cool within your own skin, where you don't have to go out your way to try to impress anybody. And women know that you're trying to impress them when you're doing all this Romeo Casanova bullshit. You don't have to do all that, and I'm not saying that in a mean way. You can be polite, but get your ass in the car. You feel me? To me, basically means campaigning for sexual gratification. And that's the reason why a lot of guys in this day and age are chivalrous. I was watching a television show the other day. They had a marathon on the Bravo network, the Millionaire Matchmaker. And they would have these guys set up with these women, these guys who are supposed to be millionaires, which a lot of them aren't really millionaires, but they set these guys up with different women. And they had one dude, he went out with a girl, very cute, slash Tariq Elite, Tariq Elite, Tariq Elite. All right. So usually every couple of days I spit game on there. I drop some rules and I drop tips and all that good stuff. And there was a big discussion over some stuff that I was talking about as far as chivalry. The whole concept of chivalry is very vague now, and the whole concept is really put into question. A lot of people want it for women, and I put that message up on Twitter and Facebook, and a lot of women were like, oh, I like a man to open car doors, and all the fellas were like, fuck that. Some fellas like, I like opening car doors. So me personally, I do not open car doors for women. I'm a different type of dude, and I've never done that. I've never been the kind of dude that would open car doors for women, and I don't do that to be rude. I don't not do that to be rude, because I'm very polite. Now, you can be very polite without being chivalrous. Chivalry, to know, is chivalry dead? The concept of chivalry, is that dead now? Is that dead because of feminism? Is that dead because of the independent woman phenomenon? I think chivalry is just not the business anymore. I put out a rule saying that I do not open car doors for women. And I don't say that to be mean, but I do not, me, Tariq, Elite Nasheed, I don't open car doors. What I want to talk about, let me turn my music down for a minute. I want to talk about chivalry. I put out a tweet the other day, and a tweet on a message on Facebook. I give out rules of the game, and for those who don't have my Facebook and my Twitter page, you can add me on Twitter at twitter.com/Tariq Nasheed. All right? Twitter.com/Tariq Nasheed. Add me on Twitter right now. And everybody, you all should have my Facebook page, facebook.com.